this idea of being the model minority has been like rolling around in my head, right? The idea that the Asian American community that they are seen to have gained more success or more privilege within a community than other people of color in the United States. And I'm not saying this is true, right? But in a certain way, there's this image of the Asian American community just being like quiet, docile, assimilated into American culture, and then doing either financially well with business or whatever in a way that people maybe aren't as vigilant or watchful towards racism towards Asians. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can relate it towards the racism, but I mean, like, the Asian American community culturally is different than other communities, right? There's, even when it's first, second, third generation, there's a different set of values there. Usually, kids are raised a different way with Asian parents, and so they are different. And school is one of those things that Asian kids are definitely pushed to excel in, or else. So I mean, there are these stereotypes, but I mean, most stereotypes don't come from nowhere. So I mean, there is that part there, and I mean, obviously, I think was it Daniel Wu that mentioned I think a percentage of Asians in New York that actually were impoverished, and I can't remember what his exact figure was, but it was quite high. One of the most impoverished people I think in New York was like Asian American community. So obviously it doesn't, the stereotype doesn't fit the bill every time, obviously. Mm-hmm. But when I went to school, the Asians, they're all really smart for the most part.
Because
they did really well in school.
Because they were screamed at if they didn't. Is they were verbally and possibly physically abused at home if they weren't able to keep up.
Not to make light of what we're talking about, but just a quick little anecdote. I was talking to our actress friend Selena Lowe yesterday, and she was like, "I'm looking for a violin. I need a violin for this casting." And she was like, "They think just because I'm freaking Asian that I obviously have a violin lying around." Literally, as she says that, my roommate, who's ethnically Chinese from Malaysia, was playing the violin. He was in his room playing the violin.
It's a beautiful instrument.
It is lovely.